Alright, Xena, Warthog Princess. This video will be a Vera Bradley Duffels. It will be all of the spectrum of them, not the full collection of them, if that makes sense. So we'll look at medium and large and small, obviously not in that order. Extra large, we'll look at all the different materials. Cotton, performance, twill, lighten up, and yeah, that's it. And we'll look at all of that. This video was special request by Lesley Cordero, who requested it relative to the Lighten Up Duffel, and Carnabygal, who requested it relative to the Lay Flat Travel Duffel. So based on those two requests, I just sort of combined it and figured it would be great just to look at how the whole collection stacks up in the spectrum of sizes and function and features, that kind of thing. So here comes the patterns and styles and materials that we have. The first one is a small duffel from the outlet. This is Bandana Swirl. It is in cotton and it's fairly straightforward. It has an end pocket on one end, so you know the big slip on the end. And sorry, it's all of course folded. I'll never get it back folded like that again. All right, on the outside, the small does not have any slip pockets. So that's the front. It has the little logo or Vera Bradley on it, but there's no other slips, just the one on the end. There is no shoulder strap, just the shoulder. That sounds like there's no shoulder strap, just the shoulder straps. So no crossbody strap or adjustable strap, just the regular shoulder straps, but plenty of strap drop on all of these. Inside is quilted. It's a nylon, so it's kind of wipeable, but there are no pockets inside at all. Just a plain black interior quilted. So that is the small in the outlet. Oh, look at that, went right back into shape, cool. All right, so that's that one, and that is how I store them, folded up. Not 100%, but that's the idea anyways. You'll see a couple of the other ones came to me differently, so I left them that way. All right, next up, no particular order on these. This is the small in the Performance Twill. Obviously it's black, but you can see those nifty new slick zippers. This one right away you can see that it has a slip and a zip on the front. It does have a metallic plate because Performance Twill traits there. Nice long straps, just like the other one. But this one has that other shoulder strap that I was talking about, or a crossbody strap. It is removable, adjustable, padded, and it has metal fittings, which I think is great. I don't think they should make a travel bag with plastic fittings unless they're like nuclear plastic, because I've just had such horrible luck with those. But metal tends to last. So there it is, just plain black. All right, inside, well, I'm sorry, first outside. This one has that end pocket on both ends. It is very roomy, very loose. So you're not going to want to put anything in there that could tip or dump out, but you could easily put a water bottle there on either end. All right, inside on this one, it is a lovely patterned interior. It is a sort of nylon material. It's not quilted, but it does have on the back, so if the pocket's on the front, the back has 3 mesh elastic slips on the side. So that is that one. Oops, get inside. All right, see if I can kind of keep them folded so they go back in the storage. So that's Performance Twill. Then the next one is a retail side. So I tried to bring the whole spectrum of what I had available. So I got outlet, we've had Performance Twill, and then a regular retail side small duffel. So actually, I think this one is technically a medium one, which if you look at, this is the small, and a Performance Twill that just seemed really large. It is actually ever so slightly, if I go edge to edge, not counting the pointy end, it is about 1.5 inches shorter in width. So this is a medium, but same ideas. It has the slip pocket on the front. This is black microfiber, and actually it's kind of cool because it has the double diamond stitching that's pretty classic for retail microfiber. And then it also has this nice vertical stripping, which you only otherwise see that normally on the deluxe weekenders. And it has a different feel. It almost feels like jersey knit or something, but it's the same material, just stitched differently. It does have a metal plate and no zipper, just a slip. This one has no slip pockets on the ends. So again, they're all different, no consistency at all. Inside, and I do understand this is a slightly older pattern, if you will. But there are no pockets on the inside. It is quilted and it is patterned, which I like, but no pockets, no organization. So, and no crossbody strap either, just the shoulder straps that it comes with naturally, which are giving me fits. Okay, I'll figure out how to re-flatten that later. Okay, so that's the small, small, and medium, all pretty close. Then we go to the larges, and here's another, I would say, point of inconsistency. I brought out 3 larges, and you'll see why in a moment. All right, so we've got an outlet large, a retail large that's an older one, but pretty consistent, and then I brought out the VBU because it is slightly different and worth sharing as part of the spectrum. So let's look at these two side by side. So this is a large, and let's see, that's the bottom. This is in Lotus Flower Swirl. And then this one is the retail side one, and it is Art Poppies. This was the breast cancer pattern a couple years back. Okay, so first let's look at the comparison of sizes and then we'll dive into the features. So if we go end to end, lengthwise, they are the same. So not counting the pointy parts, the actual bag itself is the same. But if you can see, okay, that's not a fair comparison because it's not standing up vertically. Okay. They are close in height. Ugh. You really have to stuff them to really, really see the difference, but they're basically the same size. It just looks smaller because of the way that it was folded, and it might actually be just slightly smaller. Let's see if we can just look at the ends. Yeah, see, it is slightly shorter. Stand by one. Let me put end to end here. We'll figure this out. Okay, corner to corner, top to top. Yes, this one is about an inch taller, but they're the same width. So it is bigger. An inch is a lot in a duffel, let me tell you. All right, but outlet version. You have slips on both ends. You have no front pocket at all. There's your tag right here. And the inside is quilted black nylon, just like the other outlet version was, and no pockets. So just the ends, that's all the organization you get. And there we go. Folded right back into its storage. All right, so now, Art Poppies. This one is the retail side one. It is slightly different, so let's look at this. You have pockets on only the one end, and it is quilted and lined with the blue nylon. The straps actually have piping on them, so you have that nice blue trim also. It just kind of pops really nicely. You do have a pocket on the front, no slip, just the zipper. But it is a nice big zipper pocket, so you can secure your stuff. Just 2 pockets on the outside. Inside is quilted, and it is a blue nylon. So not patterned. This was during the time, if you remember, when they didn't have the patterns and they brought them back. So that's fine. And then on the other side, it's just like the other retail side, has 3 mesh elastic slip pockets on that side. The bottom, for whatever reason, is not quilted, which I find interesting, but whatever. Okay, so that is the large duffel in Art Poppies. Almost back to normal. And I find that interesting, the inconsistencies, or maybe not inconsistent, just changes that they have between the different ones. Okay, so this next one is the VBU. And this is Petite Garden. I really love this pattern, actually. Even though I'm not super pink, I don't know, it's very classy. So this one also has piping, but it's not a cotton strap. It's like a canvas strap. It's pretty robust. So it wouldn't be as padded. That's fine. But it does come, they're also a little shorter, by the way, but still plenty big to go over your shoulder. But it does come with, again, metal fittings and a removable, adjustable, padded strap. So you can use that however you like. It does have a pocket, same as the other one, pocket on the one end, same end if you look at it in the same direction. And just like the other retail one, it has no slip, just a zipper. All right, and it's a nice zipper. It's the VBU metallic zipper. Not quite the same as the Performance Twill, but definitely not the awful metal one that we all hate. So that's not bad. Happy with that. And then the inside, you have, it's not quilted. It's that gray chambray lining, which is cotton. So it's not quilted. It's just in there. It is tacked in pretty well though. And it does have the same 3 mesh pockets on the back side, just like the others. So just harder to see because it's gray on gray. But that's it for the inside, and pretty much it for the bag, except of note also, the trim on this one also goes around the short ends of the bag, all the way around like that. So you can see that on both sides right here. So it's kind of a nice classy touch as well. And if you're catching on how I'm folding any of these, good on you, because I've done them all a little bit different. And this one is not right. I'll fix it later. We'll maybe do another video on how to fold duffels. They're just sort of a pain in the butt until you get them all creased in. They're great when they're stuffed with stuff though. Okay, this one is cotton. It's extra large duffel, and it is an older pattern. It's Parisian Paisley. But the difference right away, the first and easiest way you can tell extra large versus large, oops, I have a couple strings there, is the straps. The straps have padded sliding pieces on both straps. This does not have a removable strap, just the shoulder straps, but they are padded. So that's the first difference. The other difference is just look at the size. It's quite large. And even if we compare it just to the VBU one, I mean, great comparison. No. Here we go. We put seam to seam, end to end. It's a good 2 to 3, probably about 3 inches bigger, almost 2.5 to 3 inches bigger. And height-wise, actually pretty similar. So if you want the actual measurements for these, you can, just like me, just go online and look them up. But what I will do is I will put them in the remarks down below, so just save you the trouble. I'll just put all the dimensions I can find on there, straight from Vera. If they're not from Vera, then I'll do the measurements and put them there. But, okay, so this one has a slip on the one end, same as the larges, and this pocket is zipper only, no slip. It has a nice zipper that matches. And inside is just like the other ones. It's quilted and nylon and has the same three mesh pockets on the back. It's hard to see the black on black, but you get the idea. So this one I actually used for 2 weeks over the holiday, going up to my aunt's house. I used this one and the next one as my 2 bags, traveling with all my clothes for 2 weeks with multiple different weather. Okay, my gosh, I'll figure that out. Sorry. Sometimes I wonder. All right, so this next one is the, let's see if I get the name right. It is the Lay Flat Travel Duffel in Performance Twill. It's Deep Night Paisley Neutral, and it is a large size, basically. Not the extra large, it's large. But it's completely different than the other duffels in that it has that whole internal structure and organization. Okay, so first thing, the fabric itself, if you're not familiar, Performance Twill is quilted. It's kind of like a quilted midtown, but it's more robust fabric. It is water repellent versus resistant, so it is very nice for traveling, and it's very wipeable as well. It also has these nice zippers, very sleek, metallic looking. I think they're really sharp, and they work great. They're smooth like the VBU zippers, and they're great. The handles on this are just like the other Duffels, and good strap drop on there. It also does have, as you can see, a removable, adjustable, padded, and metallic fittings. So again, very important because you really load these things down. They're very big bags. Okay, it does not have any end pockets. That is not a problem because you can't have end pockets because it zips down and opens up, which you'll see. So that makes sense to me. But you actually get the pocket back in another place, which I think is really smart. So on the front, you have not only the zipper, but you have a slip. So you have a slip and a zip. So that's basically where you get your one slip back, if you will. But there's a bonus on the back. You have another slip. This one is slightly shorter, and the reason why, like here's the bottom of the bag. You can see the seam right here, because I know it's kind of folded, but and the pocket only goes to here. But the reason why is this is a zipper there, so now it can be a trolley sleeve as well. So it's one of those dual use spaces and functions, which I think is just perfect because you're not always going to take it on the plane or on a suitcase, but you can still use that pocket. So I like that. Now, let's look at the inside. So nice zipper, double zip, all the way around. And you open that sucker up to lay flat, hence the name. So it fits a lot. Now I did not take the same amount of stuff that was in here and try to fit it in a regular large duffel. I should do that. And I owe Carnabygal that answer, but for now, it does fit almost the same amount, but the difference is how you get to it. So if you're living out of a suitcase or out of your bag for whatever the period is, I recommend taking the regular duffel in whatever material you choose, because you're in and out of it. It's you don't have to like open up the space and open a bunch of different zippers to get to it. You just open the one zipper and it's all right there. Even if it's stacked, it's right there. So just from using these two bags, that was my lesson learned, was I preferred looking for things in there. It was just easier. Because this one I had to get out, put it on the bed, lay it out, and then either open this on this side. There's a mesh pocket on the top, so you can open that up and get into it. Or you can do the double zip all the way around, and this is your pocket cover for this pouch. And it is pretty deep. It holds quite a bit. So it's a nice medium-sized suitcase, if you will. It's just soft-sided. So you can close that back up. Let me center up the zippers. And then the other side is the same concept, except it's just a mesh. So there's your pocket behind it, but you can see the whole pocket back there. So they're even-sided. It's not going to look like it on the video because of the way it's sitting, but they're the same height on either half. Half and half. 50-50. This one just has an extra pocket on the front. Now, if you want to carry more stuff and your pocket sides are full, you're not going to be able to stick too much in the middle. Like I thought that you could go like this and then put some small stuff in the middle. You can, but just beware what you're putting in there because you don't want to poke through your mesh and damage that. So no sharp stuff or pointy hard edges. But if I was using this as a carry-on, which would not be my first choice, it would be a great carry-on. I just have other preferences. But if I was, then I would use that space for small things that I wanted quick access to, and I could get to them without exposing everything else that's my bag or have everything get all disheveled or whatever. So I do like that. That is an advantage of this style versus the duffel, because it's just one big open space. For what it's worth, that's what I think about them. But I do think that the regular versus the lay flat holds ever so slightly more, and it's just easier to get to. I will use the heck out of this. I love this bag. It is one of my favorite new purchases. But yeah, okay. Folding it, whole different story because it is so robust. Oh, fluff. All right, enough about that. So we've looked at small, medium, large, extra large, performance twill, cotton, and now the large duffel in Lighten Up. So this is the only one of these that I have. I have not used it yet. It did not arrive in time for me to take it on my trip, so that's okay, but I think this is actually a great option, especially for someone like me who's gonna put it in the back of the pickup truck, which is covered and sealed, but does sometimes get a little wet in there en route. So this would protect what's in the bag better than, say, a cotton bag. Performance Twill would do the same, so that's nice. All right, let's look at this. This is Deep Night Paisley, and that's the bottom of the bag. Okay. First thing, looking at the outside, the straps are nylon. And one thing I already can tell you I don't like about this bag, look how short the straps are. They should be much longer for a bag this size. I mean, it's a huge duffel. So if you have this thing stuffed and you try to put it on your arm, oh, that's ridiculous. These handles need to be longer. That's for sure. Just my opinion. All right, but it does, thankfully, have an adjustable, removable, padded shoulder strap. That's great. So maybe that's the trade-off there, and that's okay. I am okay with that, but my caveat would be they're plastic. I'm gonna load this sucker down. It is a robust, actually pretty robust, Lighten Up material, and it's not gonna rip. Like the cotton could, you know, be overstressed or whatever. This one isn't gonna be like that, not nearly. So plastic, and these better be strong and durable because I think they're gonna break, but we'll see. Okay, enough preaching about plastic fittings. Okay, so if we put it like we put the other ones, I will note there are 2 slip pockets, one on each end, unlike the other large duffels, which only had the one side. Maybe some of the newer cotton ones do have 2 sides. I'm not sure. I will check my other larges because I do have some more recent patterns, and I will get back to you. Put it in the remarks below. All right, the front, you have a slip and a zip, which is nice, and inside is lined. It is a nylon on there. Obviously it's not quilted because it's not a quilted bag, but it is tacked in nicely, and then it has the same 3 mesh pockets on the back side inside. Nothing on the back, so no extra trolley sleeve like the Performance Twill, but great bag. I'm really excited about this because between this and my laundry bags, which are the same material, just a different, instead of a horizontal entry, you have the vertical entry. But that's why I put all my extra clothes or bedding and stuff for the trailer when I travel that way. So Lighten Up's a great option for that. Okay, so that is the end of this duffel review. Obviously, there are more duffels available. Not a whole lot, actually. That's a pretty comprehensive look at them. But we barely touched on the small, medium, you know, but they're all very, very similar, as you can tell. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, like I said, I'll put the links and measurements below, and that's it for this one. Take care. Bye for now.